is to go full-time in your coaching business, and you've been doing the work, you've been taking the action steps, you've been showing up, you're creating the content, but the issue that you're having is you feel as though you're invisible. You feel as though no one's watching, no one's listening, no one's clicking, no one's DMing, no one's applying. And so because of that, you go into a spiral. What's happening is you're in a thought loop right now. You're showing up, you're taking action, you're thinking no one's buying, no one's clicking. So now you're having these feelings of you feel invisible, right? And because you feel invisible, now your actions are just like, why bother? And so you don't show up as consistently as you should be or you want to be. Your actions are aligning with that very thought, that very belief, like, oh, I'm invisible, no one's watching, why bother? And so those actions are causing you to ghost your audience for days, weeks, months at a time sometimes. And this is just that thought loop that you're in. In this episode of the Daily Dose, I'm going to be breaking down how I consistently sign clients, even with low views, right? So yes, you're probably blaming the algorithm and you're like, you know what? The algorithm is against me, right? You're fighting the algorithm every day when you're showing up either on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you are. You feel like you're fighting the algorithm. You feel like the algorithm is against you, but you can have, the thing about it is you can have a video go viral, right? Say for instance, one of your videos go viral. If you are not strategically selling in your offer, right? If you're not positioning your offer to activate your audience to take action steps, to take that next aligned action, you can go viral, but you'll still not make any sales, right? You can have all the views and all the followers, but if you don't know the sales psychology to allow your audience to take that next step in the process, in the journey, you're going to continue to complain about not having the consistent revenue that you want in your business. In this episode, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how to do that. All right. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to jump into today's episode of the Daily Dose. My name is Janel Ranée. I help you to transition into coaching full-time without chasing clients, without fighting the algorithm, without self-sabotaging, or without sacrificing time with your family. And the Daily Dose is divine overflow of spirit-led empowerment. This is where I empower you, equip you, and encourage you on your walk of entrepreneurship. And so every morning I just sit with the Lord and see what it is that he wants me to pour out. And this is what I do. This is literally how the Daily Dose was even created. And so I'm just super grateful because even though I've been showing up, and yes, I don't have all the views, right? I do not have all the views. I've never gone viral. I'm not even monetized yet. Okay. I'm not even monetized yet. And I have still been able to monetize. I'm not monetized on YouTube, but I'm monetized in my business though, right? I'm getting consistent sales. Why? Even though I show up and I'm having low views, I still get consistent sales. Why? Because of the way I am showing up, because of how I'm showing up. And so I'm going to listen, if you look back at my older YouTube videos, I was giving so much game, so much. I'm still giving value. I'm still giving game. I'm still giving the strategies. I'm still, inspiring and motivating, right? But what I wasn't doing before that I'm doing now is selling. I wasn't selling before. And now every day I'm selling. Why? Because I understand that selling is serving the woman that I'm called to serve. When I show up and I sell and I'm literally putting my offer out there and I'm like, this is exactly what you need. And this is how you're going to be able to see the transformation that you want. This is exactly how you're going to go full-time in your coaching business so that you can have that life of freedom, so that you can have that fulfillment, so you can live life on your own terms, so that you can be present with your children while still getting paid in your purpose work, right? This is how I have the blueprint. I have the framework. I have the system. And so it is a disservice to show up here and not sell, because there are women out there who I am called to serve. And if I am not putting my offer out there, they're never going to know. If I'm not clear about what it is that I help them to do, they're going to still stay stuck for another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years. And so it is so imperative that you are clear, crystal clear about who you help, what you help them to do, and how you help them, so that, and the next steps for them to take. And so I have a question for you. Are you activating your audience to take the next aligned action step with your content? With every piece of content that you're putting out, are you activating your clients, activating your audience to take the next step? If not, you need to revise it. It's not about, just as I mentioned earlier, it's not about going viral. It's not about virality. It's not about virality or follower count. Those are vanity metrics. It's about knowing what to say, knowing how to say it, and knowing why you're saying it. It's sales psychology. And when you understand that, when you understand what to say, how to say it, and why you're saying it, chef's kiss, sales will be flowing in. You don't have to worry about the view count. You can have, and the reason why this even came up, why I decided to do this topic today, is because it's just such a lie. It's such a lie that you have to have big views and big follower count. You do not. You absolutely do not. You can have, I know people who have hundreds of thousands of followers and they're not making any money. I do not have a substantial amount of followers at all. Not even the views yet. Big emphasis on yet. But I'm still making consistent income. I can just even share, I'll share this. So last week, I think one of my videos got like 5 views. And I was on a call with a now client who said she found me on YouTube. And I thought she found me from my Instagram, but she found me here on YouTube. And I was actually really shocked. I'm not even gonna lie, like, because the video that she found me from only had 5 views. And she's now a premium client of mine. And so I'm living proof. Like, you do not have to have, like, yes, most of my sales come from Instagram. Some come from YouTube as well. But you don't, and I don't have a big following on Instagram. I don't have a big following anywhere. And I don't get a lot of views on most of my content yet. But I'm still making consistent income in my business. I'm still booking premium clients. Why? Because it's what I'm saying. It's how I'm showing up consistently, how I'm speaking with conviction, how I'm confident in my offer and the results that I get my clients in the transformation that they're going to get after working with me. That's why. It's my conviction. It's the conviction that sells. All right. So you don't need to go viral to hit your income goals. You need to speak soul to soul. And oh my gosh, I speak about this. Oh, I just love my offer so much. I love my offer so much. I speak about this in the second module of my offer with marketing message. It's really important to understand, like, you're not speaking from your head. You're speaking from your heart. You're speaking heart to heart with your clients. And this is why when like I said, in my daily doses for every episode, I just sit with the Lord and I'm like, God, what should I speak about? Like, what am I speaking about? Right? Like, I'm thinking about her. Like, what's going on in her mind right now? What is she thinking? What is she feeling? What is she doing? Why is she frustrated? And me just thinking of that, I just get so many ideas. And this is the heart to heart. This is the soul to soul. And so it's only like, it's not about just the head. It's not about you thinking from your head and speaking from your head. It's about speaking from your heart, connecting with your clients on a soul level. All right. And so you need to speak soul to soul. And the soul, when you connect with your clients soul to soul, because you guys are already connected, it's already done. Like, God has already like you're going to work with your clients, but it's a matter of you showing up consistently to connect with her or him, whoever your client is. And it's 95% soul. It's only 5% strategy. 5% of it should be the head of just like, okay, how am I structuring this? But 95% of it is spiritual. 95% of it is just that connection. It's energetics. All right. It's that it's just that gifting. It's what you can't put your finger on. It's the essence. It's just energetics, essence. Like that's what it is. And so that's how you align. That's how your aligned clients will feel you and how they will pay you. Like energy doesn't lie, right? So you can say all the things with your words. You can say all the things, but people feel your energy, even through the screen. You can feel my energy. You can feel my conviction. You can feel my confidence. And when I present my offer clearly to you, that's just the next logical best step for you and for your best interest, not for me, for you. Right? And so your business doesn't grow from algorithms. It grows from speaking soul to soul. And so with that being said, we're going to jump into the acronym that I have for you today, which is SOUL. The S is sell with story. Okay? Sell with story. Millions of views don't matter if no one feels you. Stories is what sells. Stories, not stats. Stop looking at the stats. Stop looking at, I mean, it's important to look at your numbers. Don't get me wrong. You got to look at your numbers as a business owner. However, stories is what builds that connection. People buy from you because they feel you. People do what they feel like doing. And so when you can invoke emotion through story selling, this is what's going to lead to sales. This is just sales psychology 101. Right? And I teach this in depth inside of my Business by Belief Accelerator. Like this stories is what builds that connection. And so when you tell stories and you slip in your selling, like it's when you're telling stories, it's a covert and overt meaning, right? And so you got to understand that when you're telling stories, there's the logical meaning, but then it's really the essence, the core, the identity, the beliefs shifting, the paradigm shifts that you're creating with the story that you're telling. And once you understand this, like your sales are going to plummet because you're bypassing the cognitive level of your brain, right? The conscious level, and you're bypassing that conscious awareness, and you're really speaking to the subconscious mind that is the limbic system of the brain. And it's really what invokes that emotion because people do what they feel like doing. So if they feel you, they will pay you. They will go to the next step. They will buy. If they feel like they believe you, if they feel your energy, if they feel your conviction, that's what's going to cause them to step over and to say, you know what? I want her to be my coach. And that's literally my latest client's exact words to me. That's what she said. That was literally what she said. She said, I was watching your video and I said, she's my coach. I want her to be my coach. And she literally wasted no time. She was like, I want your premium offer. Straight out. I want your premium offer. It's just what it is. And so don't go on like just, continuing to refresh your TikTok algorithm, your analytics, and being discouraged because you're not seeing views. It's really, you got to know what to say. You got to know what to say, why you're saying it, how to say it. Like that is what you need. You need to know that because that's the blind spot that you're missing. And so inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator, you'll learn story selling messaging. So instead of teaching tips that vanish in the scroll, right? People are just scrolling by. They're seeing tips and tricks all the time. They're being motivated. They're being inspired, but they're not being activated. So instead of posting a bunch of tips and tricks and all that, you post stories that move women to click, DM, and apply. You activate buyers. You no longer entertain the browsers, but you activate the buyers that are looking for a solution to their problem. All right. Listen, I can be here all day, but we're moving on. The O is offer with conviction. Conviction sells while convincing repels. I don't have to convince anyone. I know what my offer does. I know how significant business by belief is. I know it. I know what I'm sitting on. I know I'm sitting on a gold mine. I know that what I have transforms businesses, transforms lives. And I have that conviction. And it's my conviction that sells. And so I'm going to offer my offer every day with conviction. Yes, before, like I shared before, I used to show up and I would go live every day, but I wasn't selling. I was teaching. And I'm still teaching. But guess what? I'm teaching now and I'm intertwining selling with it, because otherwise it's a disservice. Why am I teaching you all this stuff and I'm not giving you the option to like go to the next level, to see the transformation? Yeah, you can teach, like anyone can show up and teach, but the true transformation comes when you come into that container. And so this is why I'm relentless. Like, I'm not going to not sell my offer, because I know that it is the answer to someone's prayer. I know my client literally prayed herself to sleep last night, asking God to send her someone who would allow her the ability to create her signature offer as a coach, would allow her to the wisdom and the knowledge to be able to develop magnetic messaging, to call in her dream premium clients, to call in her best clients. She's struggling with messaging right now. She doesn't love her offer, and her sales funnel is like not funneling. It's complicated. She doesn't have simplicity. She's not strategically creating the offers that will lead into the premium offer. She doesn't have that sales flow. Not only that, she's struggling with her belief systems behind it. She doesn't have the confidence, the full confidence. She's still doubting a little bit. She's still struggling with belief blocks. Like, oh, can I price it at this point? Will people buy it at this point? Is it ready yet? She's having so much belief blocks around it. Subconscious beliefs maybe about rejection. She's having fears of rejection, fear of judgment, and she doesn't know how to overcome those fears. That's subconsciously sabotaging her business. It's keeping her stuck in the same spot year after year after year, because she's in a loop and she doesn't realize she's in that loop. She doesn't know how to regulate her nervous system to take action, and how to rewire her belief system, rewire her neural pathways. And this is the beautiful thing about my offer. This is the beautiful thing about business by belief. As a nurse turned business coach, I help my clients to regulate their nervous system in real time, so that they can show up and do the action, do the steps, do the things that they need to do in their business without self-sabotaging. Finally overcoming their fears of visibility, their fears of being seen, their fears of selling unapologetically, their fears of being open and just vocal and authentic in who they are, their core beliefs, their values, their missions. This is what attracts your audience. This is what attracts your best clients to you. This is what allows you to be energetically in sync with the women or the men or whoever you're called to serve. All right. So you no longer have to go on a whole rabbit hole of over explaining your offers and all the features that's in it, or lowering your prices mid-call and still hearing, oh, I'll think about it, or oh, I'll have to ask my husband, or I'll get back to you. No. Inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator, you craft your signature framework and your premium offer so you speak with confidence, because your process is clear and transformational. Because it's so clear and transformational, your clients can see, your audience can see, okay, her framework is going to get me from point A to point B. Like, I can see the 3 steps. I can see the process. That builds trust, not just with yourself, but with your audience. You have this inner self-trust now where you're like, oh, I'm so confident about what I do. I know in phase 1, this is what I'm doing with my client. In phase 2, this is what we're doing. And by phase 3, they got the transformation. They got everything that they need. And so now you show up with confidence. That confidence exudes through your videos, through your content, because you have clarity, you have conviction, you have certainty of the transformation that you provide. All right. And so it's really important to offer your offer with conviction. All right. So now we're going to move on to the U. The U is uproot fear and belief blocks. So I did touch on this. But fear makes you mute. Fear makes you mute, but belief makes you magnetic. Business by belief. I'm going to give you the blueprint. Yes. But the belief is 95% of it. The blueprint, trust me, the blueprint, chef's kiss. I'm telling you, it's seamless. It's beautiful. Ooh, the blueprint I'm going to walk you through inside of Business by Belief is magnificent. It allows you to scale with simplicity. But that's 5% of it. The 95% is that belief. It's your belief system. What are you believing about yourself? What are you believing about your offer? What are you believing about your marketing message? What are you believing about selling? Are you feeling like selling is selfish? Are you feeling like selling is sleazy? Or are you feeling like selling is really serving your clients? It's so important to overcome any limiting beliefs, any subconscious belief blocks that are causing you to self-sabotage your business. When you allow fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of pressure or added stress, or fear of coming out of your comfort zone, fear of not having that steady income, that steady paycheck every 2 weeks, fear of the pressure of having more clients, fear of the pressure of managing more money. Whatever your fear is, maybe you're fearing that you're going to have, with a growing business, you're probably fearing you're going to have less time with your children. Whatever that subconscious belief is, that is what's causing, that's the underlying cause of your sabotage. So when you're shrinking, when you're remaining invisible, when you're holding back parts of yourself, when you want to say the thing, but you're holding back, it's because of these subconscious beliefs. It's because of these fears. And so we do the work to uproot it. Last night on my coaching call, I was just like so blown away. I'm so grateful for just what I get to do and the clients that I get to serve. One of my clients, I get testimonials all the time, but one of my clients last night, she said how I created a GPT, a custom GPT for my root system that I use with my clients, because I wanted my clients to be able to, if we meet once a week, but if it's a Saturday and they're having these belief blocks, but they can't, reach out to me on a Saturday, our call isn't until a Wednesday, I created a GPT that actually walks them through the root system. And my client shared with me how she was in tears using it, because it goes to the roots, it goes to the origin of those belief systems, those fears, those blocks. And it brought up some childhood things that she hadn't thought about for years. They were subconscious. And once she brought them to the forefront, to her conscious awareness, thank you, Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit brought that back to her through the tool. The tool is just a tool, but it's Holy Spirit that obviously is really bringing these to your awareness. And so when she had awareness of it, now she's activated to make the change. Now she can transform. The Bible says you should not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So now that those subconscious beliefs in her mind was to the forefront, and now she's consciously aware of it, now she can do the work to be transformed. Now we can regulate. Now we can rewire your programming so that you can start to see the results you want to see in your business. And so this is just a snippet of the tools that I have inside of Business by Belief, this is why I can show up unapologetically and be like, look, listen, if you want to really transform your business, if you want to transform your life and really grow your business and excel, this is where you need to be. Inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator, you'll uproot subconscious money and visibility blocks, replacing fear with faith. So you show up boldly and consistently. This is deep work. I don't deal with the fluff. I don't deal with the fluff. My purpose is deeper. I'm a very deep thinker. The way God has gifted me to heal, it's deep. It's deep. I have the gift of healing, hence why I was a nurse for so many years and why I've always wanted to heal and help people. But the four walls of the hospital were constricting me. And at the time, I didn't understand why, but it's through obedience and through my yes, I've been able to show up. And now I'm helping women worldwide heal belief blocks, heal their nervous system that's sabotaging the business that God is calling them to build. All right. All right. We got to move on because I'll be here all day. All right. So the L in soul. The L in soul content is lead with safety. So your body has to feel safe to sustain a successful business. So you're praying every night for a successful business, right? You're showing up, you're doing the things. But if your nervous system feels unsafe, it's going to continue to sabotage you. You're going to continue to be in fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. Your nervous system has to feel safe. Not only that, I often share this as a nurse. I'm always going to help my clients to really align with their bodies, right? I love anatomy and physiology. I love studying the way the Lord, designed our bodies to operate. I've always loved that. I've always, in nursing school, even before nursing school, I got A's in anatomy and physiology. I just love it. And so understanding how your body is designed, it's so important to work with your body, especially as a woman. We have cycles, right? We have a cycle. And so it's important to work with the way you've been designed. And so this is what I help you to do. I encourage my clients to cycle sync. I have an app, a free app that allows you to cycle sync. And so you know like when to show up to do what kind of content, right? So you're working with your design. But nevertheless, no more spiraling before going live. No more having like your heart racing, your palms sweating, your arm sweating, and then you just deciding to, you know what, this isn't safe. Let me cancel this launch. Let me not go live. Let me not post the content. Let me not show up. I'm just your nerves, or your brain will literally be like, oh my gosh, I forgot I had to clean the kitchen today. Oh my goodness, I forgot I had clothes to fold. And it literally, you're not even consciously aware. Like after you're halfway through the laundry, you're like, oh, wait, I was supposed to post that content. I was supposed to show up. And so it's very sneaky. And so you got to be onto that. All right. So inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator, you'll regulate your nervous system with tools that I teach as a registered nurse. So selling feels safe, showing up feels natural, and success feels sustainable. I'm living proof. My clients are doing it. I remember when I first started going live a few years ago now, when the Lord called me to go live, I would be so scared. My heart would be racing. My arms would be sweating. And it would take me hours. Like I knew, because I was just going live once a week. But every Tuesday, I knew what I was going to be talking about. But then it's like, I would not go live until like late at night because I was just so nervous. I was nervous. And it's really just, regulating my nervous system, just taking the skills that I learned as a nurse and just applying them to myself. And now, being able to help my clients do the same. It's just such a blessing to be able to do that. And so inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator, I help you to transition into coaching full time without chasing clients, without fighting the algorithm, without self-sabotaging or sacrificing time with your family. And so I want to encourage you to apply. The link is in the description. Apply for the Business by Belief Accelerator so that you can transition into coaching full time and really be able to build the skills, have the offer, the marketing message, the simplified sales funnel, the nervous system regulation tools, and the belief system, overcoming the belief system blocks that are sabotaging your business. Like, this is all done inside of Business by Belief Accelerator, believe it or not. Like, I'm giving you the blueprint, and I'm also helping you to reinforce your belief system so that you can build that business blueprint on solid foundation, on a solid belief system. All right. And so we're going to just go ahead and recap how I consistently sign clients, even with low views, right? And remember your question. I want you to even drop it in the chat if you feel led, or just journal this tonight. Are you activating your audience to take the next aligned action with your content? Is every piece of content doing that? Because your business doesn't grow from algorithms. It grows from speaking soul to soul. And so the S, sell with story. The O, offer with conviction. The U, uproot fear and belief blocks. And finally, the L, lead with safety. Okay. Apply for the assignment. Apply for the Business by Belief Accelerator. It's what you need. I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to tell you just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.